RevOps Academy.
Hi, this is Shadab, Senior Product Manager here at RevPartners team, specifically from the Playbooks department. I'm going to talk to you about something very fundamental that we do for almost every single client base of RevPartners, and it's why it's so important. So let's talk about the problem first. So think about your internal meetings or your internal leadership meetings, your QBRs, where you're facing problems like, hey, our lead volume is going up and lead scores are also showing good, but why is the revenue going down? Or why is the conversion rates falling? No one knows the answer, but people know that something is definitely wrong. These are some of the very fundamental fractures or gaps, or we call them revenue leakages, that people find in their systems and processes. No matter what CRM you have got, if you haven't done like a very fundamental review of the whole thing and you have not built it from the ground up, from the foundational levels to all the way to integrating your financial operations. So here at RevPartners, we call this as RevOps Maturity Model. And it starts from level 1 to level 5, where we start from foundational data model, then move on to measure the acquisition KPIs on how you get in new business in. And then you move on to drilling down into those core data points. So think about, drilling down your deals created by region, deals created by salesperson, deals created by product type. And you can do it for all of your core metrics like leads, MQLs, SQLs, opportunities, and the conversion rate between them, and then the conversion rate between your stages, and so on. Once we are down to that, then we move on to level 4, which is moving on to the right side of the data model, right side of the bow tie, which is retention. So how do you ensure your existing customer base is happy and getting the impact on whatever they bought in with you, whatever they signed for? And finally, we move on to integrate the financial operation. This sounds a lot, but this is what we have been doing for a while now. And there is a way we have been doing this in a very systematic and successful and actionable manner for our partners. And I want to share that with you. We call this as Revenue Engine Diagnostics. So what is Revenue Engine Diagnostics? Fundamentally, it's a couple of steps in the first 90 days of the engagement. When someone starts to work with us, in the first 60 to 90 days, they will experience this whole revenue engine sort of review, diagnostics, action plan, quick wins, and a lot of things. So what is there? I will go down to every single components of it, but I'll just quickly list down each of those. So we have very first thing right during the kickoff. We don't have like a separate kickoff and then we do like another call just to do this. It's like part of our kickoff. We start delivering the value right from there. So we start with the kickoff, and during the kickoff, we move on to go-to-market discovery. We try to understand how your market looks like, what are your products, what are your services, what are your data model, what are your go-to-market model, and all of that. We capture all of this information. Next, we move on to experience audit and benchmarking dashboard. These two things go hand in hand, and we will take a look on what happens. But this is where we will try to see, okay, what data is telling us. So in the previous one, we are understanding what stakeholders are saying. And in this one, even though data is going to be in a not so good place for lack of better words, but we still want to see what the current data and the current data architecture is telling us right now, as of now. Then there is a very dedicated session for what we call as revenue mapping. Basically, what we do is we visualize the entire journey end to end, from total strangers to paying customers to customers who are renewing with you and becoming your loyal fan base ultimately. So we want to visualize how those journeys and how ultimately revenue flows in your organization, through what streams, through what stages, and where are the leakage points. So we try to uncover all of those, and then within that we have something called as quick wins. So there are a couple of things that are very immediate value, and that just pops up when we do the revenue mapping and the previous items. That just pops up. You're like, hey, we gotta do this 3 things and it's gonna provide immense value right off the bat. So we identify a couple of quick wins, and there are a lot. We have a list of those that we have been doing. So we do that, and then we move on to a roadmap review. This is like a very important review of what we want to propose to you. But before we do that, we consult with our internal stakeholders, including sometimes our director of revenue operations or our COO. And we sit down and then talk about all of the things we learned so far, and how can we design a customized roadmap for you, whatever playbooks might be applicable for that, whatever custom solutions might be applicable for that, and how can we ensure that we provide the maximum value in the minimum time. And then finally, we take all of our findings and do our red presentation. So I'll be going into each of the components in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned.